Hi guys, my name is Pankaj, and in this video, I will be discussing about the new architecture and the new latest version of the React Native that has been released, um, 76 version, and we will discuss about all the latest features that are introduced in this version, as well as we will understand what is the new architecture and how it is better than the old architecture. And so let's start with the first, what is new architecture? So in the new architecture, there is a improvement. So we can see here we have a in earlier architecture we have a bridge that used to come uh, act as a middleware between the JavaScript and the native. So whenever an JavaScript has to communicate with the native Android or iOS. So it has to uh, send a JSON, which is converted like serialized through the JavaScript and then passed over the bridge. And on the native side, it is then again deserialized. So this process used to take a long time, and like React. So the full leverage of the speed of this React Native was not being used. So what uh, React in the React Native they had introduced the new architecture in that they have entirely replaced that bridge with the new rendering system, Fabric, and the Turbo module for creating the native modules. And they have introduced the code gen, which is basically a JavaScript interface, and this basically helps to communicate with the native directly. So instead of async operations, uh, they are serialized. They can direct any method call to the React Native. I mean, native is directly uh, without any serialization or deserialization, so it can JavaScript can directly communicate with the native thread. And here the code gen is provided that is written in C++. So it's a JavaScript interface that is written uh, like for any module. It is dynamically created for mo like most of the if you create a new module, so you have to write some code for C++ to basically render to create a native module. So let's discuss what are the changes. Let's first discuss what is the improvement that they have bring. So as you can see, there is a significant improvement in the rendering. So here number of tiles, if we increase the rendering, slows down because the uh, the UI layout is like slowed down. There is a time taking process happening here, but in this, like there is immediately like all the view appears without any delay. Similarly, here we can also see the difference. The rendering happens very frequently. So what difference to understand the difference? So we can see like async bridge is removed completely in this new architecture, and we can earlier we used to take the module and like we had to assign and then call the function native function like set timeout of this native module, which is like getting serialized and then passed to the native, and then we have to call it then. Now in new architecture, we can just directly set the property set timeout as a create timer function, and we can directly execute it on native side. And they have provided various changes that is including the suspense. Suspense is basically means the suspense that is to load a different state whenever there is any error in certain a piece of code in a particular component. So if there is any error in that, we can show a fallback string. It could be loader. So this is basically used like for earlier JavaScript developer used to throw error within a component and just to display the loader, and then after successfully API call is done, so they used to show this component. Now this fully React Native has supported the use of suspense completely in this new version, and also they have transition API, new features transition. You can uh, set the input value, and it will basically all the urgent updates like you are clicking or pressing on a button, so the that are prioritized based on uh, this transition API. So you can execute your task just before uh, displaying the result. And also they had provided the automatic batching. Automatic batching is based nothing but batching of when React groups multiple states into single render for better performance. So it is like we have a set timeout, and when when we are setting the two states, so instead of calling the rendering the multiple time, so React will only render single time. This is the benefit of batching in React. And use layout effect. Basically, it is the new hook we use can use for getting the UI layout information. So earlier, like in old architecture, we we used to get the UI layouts bounds using this measure in window function. We used to uh, pass a function on layout, and inside that we measure that the layout and then do our operation. Now, but in this React 76, you can directly you can using the reference you can directly get the bounds inside the use layout effect hook. So this hook is introduced to get the directly get the bounds from the UI while rendering your component. And you don't have to wait uh, for the entire component to get rendered. So this is the use of the use layout effect, and also they have introduced native modules. You can create your own modules. So you have to define some specification in the code. You have to use a tool code gen. Then you have to write a specs file like this turbo module, and you have to configure the code gen and run it. Now it will create a using this command you can create your module So this will create automatically create your module, and you can start writing the native component. And yeah, you can write the native component and use it. You have to configure this native module. Like you have to write all the functions, and you can directly use it. You have to add the package. Yeah, you can create the native modules and native components as well. UI component you can create. So like you have to same process, you follow the same process. It will create a React view manager and package. So you have to write your view, side view manager, React view, web view. You have to write it up. And yeah, after that, okay, so these are the changes in this. And there are also new rendering system, which is Fabric, and the new module system they have introduced. Also, the event loop is slightly changed, improved, and also they have removed the bridge. So they will completely remove it. They have completely removed it from the 76, and also they have removed the CLI, expose React Native CLI in this. So so the new rendering system we understand, and like event loop they have introduced, closer alignment with the web specification. So you can, so they have also created this new beautiful website, React Native directory. Here you can check which libraries are using the new architecture, and the support for iOS, Android, or whether they support Expo. So this you can filter here for out of 1500, around 903 libraries already supporting the new architecture. So you can utilize this to check if your the library which you are using is can use the new architecture or not. So yeah, this is pretty much the updates from the in the React Native new architecture. And we have also to how to upgrade. You can upgrade using this upgrade helper. Uh, you have to you can follow this guide for the upgrade, and you have so there is React Native upgrade helper. You can use this. You have you can mention from which version to which version you are moving, and this will show all the changes that you have to do in your project. And doing all these changes, you can upgrade your your project. And before moving to new project, also make sure like there are some libraries that are dependent, like more majorly React Native screens and gesture handler, and React Native, I think screens. Uh, these there are three, four libraries which you have to make sure before migrating. So you can check here. So there's somewhere while when you will upgrade, so you will find it. Okay, that's pretty much. And also this 76 support Expo SDK 52. So you need to update your Expo SDK as well before moving to 76. You can directly use this link to get the upgrade helper. Yeah. Also, they have new renderings, new experiment like debugger, which directly runs on browser, and they have completely removed the flipper from this. Like if you see, like they have already removed in 74, I think. So if you are moving, let's say from 73, so they have removed the flipper, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. So thank you guys. Like please do like, share, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn. Thank you guys.